back to a new day of streaming. Appreciate anyone coming in and seeing us. Let me go ahead and get this straightened out. 1 second. Alright, sound is coming in perfect. Alright, so we are playing Baldur's Gate 3. I want to thank anybody who decided to come in and actually play this. Hopefully the sound quality is good. I'm going to be doing some checks to kind of make it at least somewhat reasonable. Tuning in, being part of my channel, and just to kind of, I guess, set the record straight, I'll be doing a single playthrough where I'm just going to be playing by myself, my decisions. Noticed someone was trying to actually access my game by saying they wanted to join. I was like, not quite yet. Not quite yet. I wouldn't mind just like send me an email, silentnightrises@gmail.com. That's fine. We can maybe collab. I don't mind doing that. But just like let me know beforehand so I can kind of like. But yeah, I'll be doing a single playthrough of this. I'll be doing 3 playthroughs. I'll be doing one based off of my own experiences. Then I'll do a character one, which I think I'm gonna pick Lae'zel, because I think, honestly, in my personal opinion, Lae'zel is probably the main character, because like I said, I actually mentioned this in the other like videos themselves. I think the first and second one, I mentioned how Lae'zel is, from the game's point of view, is the main character because of like how her story is kind of like connecting to the main plots, considering like the Githyanki weapon, Orpheus, if you know, doing a couple of spoilers here, by the way. But now the game's been out for like 2 to 3 years, and I don't know. Man, if you actually say something about the game this early on, especially if you're doing a playthrough. But yeah, spoilers ahead. Orpheus, the Prince Orpheus, is basically the Githyanki prince who was betrayed by Blackith. And he's kind of granting them the immunity not to be attacked by the I guess the psionic impulse that kind of turns them into illithid, I think. But yeah, her journey plus what happened to Yankee plus what happened to everything else is pretty prevalent. So I think she's going to probably be the main character I'll be kind of utilizing. I'm probably making some of the same choices, and I'll try to creatively listen to the chat. I think I'll turn Twitch on that particular one, and then I'll do a and this is probably not gonna end very well, a dark urge playthrough where I'll be kind of doing it on like the hardest difficulty, and I'm dreading that. I don't think it'll last very long, but yeah, anyway, that's 3 playthroughs. That's it. But yeah, I'll go ahead and jump right in. Thank you all for tuning in, being part of my channel, and I'm going to jump right in and start the game. All right, we are back. So, I always don't like this. I'm not quite sure why it does that, but anytime I start a new save for some reason, it just makes all my items like brand new, even if it's not. All right, so I think I already talked to Withers before, right?
Not this one, nor... and this one are less worthy still.
Less worthy still? What's going on?
Writing the ballad in mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgam of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
Oh, interesting. So I can actually get these people to be... Do you think I can trust these cultists?
Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. My services are all that I can proffer thee. What thou wilt do with them is for thee to undertake.
It's kind of a gaslighting answer. I just said, can I trust them? Will these hirelings join me willingly?
Most willingly. Their passions doth run deep for what hath been wrought upon them.
Now, truth be told, I wouldn't mind actually getting one and using that as my 6th member. That's kind of cool. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to respec a couple of characters because, quite frankly, some of them aren't that great. Kind of, you know, give them a little bit of a boost.
Ah, another. Thy name has been recorded. I shall be here in thy camp for when need of my services.
How many class?
As thou desire.
The nice thing about this is that money is shared between party members, so you don't have to really worry that much. Let's do this. Evocation. Evocation. I definitely want Ray of Frost and Firebolt. That's actually just a standard cantrip. It's not too bad. So do Necromancy. Booming Blade seems pretty good, but I mean, I have to be up close next to them, so that seems like a bad idea. I'll do this one. I'm probably gonna make Gil, honestly, and I think I'll kind of do Magic Missile as well. It's pretty good. It's pretty good too. Ice Knife is not bad, but I'm trying to make him. Well, you'll see. To explain. You know what? Shield is a good reaction spell. And what I usually do is I try to make all of them 10 so he doesn't get any negatives. Change Wisdom. I'm gonna make him a cleric, actually, to be fair. Dexterity goes to, so he can get a 2+ modification to his armor class. Obviously, intelligence is the most important. Wisdom. I have a little left over, and I think I'm gonna do. The Constitution would be alright, so you can get a little bit more HP. Investigation's fine, Insight's fine. Alright, so now his stats are a little bit better managed because now he's a little bit more effective. And if I'm not mistaken, as a wizard, he can also equip his shield too. Hold on. Yeah, I got a lot of weapons to sell. Okay. Now his armor class is up to 4. So he's not as squishy as before. Switch that and put that him. Always kind of save when you do this so you don't end up screwing up. I'll definitely get my subclass. Right, pockets of safety within your evocation spells. and take no damage against them. Okay, yeah. And I get 2 more spells. I think I'll choose Find Familiar. And Featherfall. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I think I'll use Cloud of Daggers. Really good, though. Extraordinarily good. Definitely want this one, and I think an AoE spell is pretty good, especially when you're dealing with stuff like that. I'll use Scorch, and yeah, it works. Oh, he's a little bit. I think the next time I level up, I'll either go to the Sorcerer class, which will probably either the Sorcerer or the Cleric. Yeah, a lot of their stats are really unbalanced. For the most part, it's good. It's just not quite good as it could be. I'm gonna change that a bit.
Ah, another. Thy name has been recorded. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Help me change my class.
As thou desire.
Just like before. It's good. I definitely want Guidance. Toll the Dead's a really good cantrip. And Sacred Flame is good as well. And here's the thing. Old Cleric name, which is like, I'm not gonna lie, it's really, really hard to. It's just really hard to basically work at. I mean, you could. I guess you can kind of subclass into another like. I don't know. How do I explain this? I guess you can get a couple levels of the hunter, and then subclass into like a ranger. Excuse me, not a hunter. But that's just not really worth it, in my opinion. Light Domain's pretty good because mainly this works well with Necromancy, but honestly, the best one is probably this one for her. The Priest is just the War Domain class is just a really good. That's just one I'm thinking. Our first one, I'm thinking of making her a. So strength's important. Wisdom's obviously important to a cleric. Also gonna multi-class her into a. Let's go to Paladin too. Just gonna. I'm not sure if the War Domain actually gives you a second attack like the Paladin class, but I'm not entirely sure. I might want to look that up. Obviously, the first thing we always do, give that +2 to dexterity, get that armor class up. Our main stat at 3. +2 strength so she can actually fight. with the rest in Constitution. Medicine. Persuasion? Not really. And she has something called +10 to your attack roll. Not damage, just chance to hit. Kind of got confused by that when I first saw that, so I was kind of like, oh, wait a minute, that's not right. Both that I have Bless already, so there's no reason for her to have it, so she can have Bane. I would use Guiding Bolt, and the thing about Inflict Wounds, you don't really need it anymore because you have the cantrip Toll the Dead up close with him. And it costs a spell slot, and it's kind of like, why? I think I'll use Command. That seems... Spirit spells. Think about the class. You have spiritual weapon already there. You don't have to really worry about it. Whereas for the trigger domain, you have to actually have it equipped. You have to actually have it prepared, always prepared. So that's actually a really nice benefit. This one's pretty good, but at the same time, you gotta use it outside of... You got some of our spell slots back, which is also a nice little tidbit. And because she can actually equip... This will be a much better, I think. Or not, hold on. Oh, it's the same basic thing. Store because even if you miss, you still get bludgeoning damage. It's pretty good. And her armor class is up to 18 too, which is even better. So nice. All right, cool. It's a pretty decent. Sorry, I was gonna kind of skip this, but I thought it'd be kind of important to see the changes I did to each character.
Ah, another. Thy name has been recorded. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Okay, here's something I want you guys to listen to real quick. I didn't until someone else on YouTube showed this this particular... it's wild. Just watch what happens when I say I want to change my class with Will, specifically Will.
As thou desire.
Do you hear that? He's trained to change his class. Okay, that's going to come up pretty early on in the story. I'll explain why, but for now, just remember that. Eldritch Blast is pretty much, you need that for every full warlock. Do not ever forget that. This is the most powerful thing you could ever have as a warlock. All right. Next I would definitely do Toll the Dead. Bone Chill's nice, but it's not super useful. So his default is the Fiend. Hexblade. think that's the new subclass. But I'll do the fade because this one's actually, it's a little bit more, it's just a little more balanced. So you definitely want Hex, you definitely want Hellish Rebuke. That's the most important ones. This gives you bonus damage and also gives you a right out the gate. $10. Charisma, yes. Dexterity. Yeah, I think the only thing I'm going to multi-class Will into is a Bard. That's only up to level 5, I think. So, first, Charisma 3. And Constitution's 4. Will is not going to be a frontline fighter. He's not really strong, so I'm not going to worry about that. So I'll put most everything into this Charisma. Intimidation? No. There's no reason for him to do Intimidation. Arcana? Sure. Religion? Sure. To investigate. Now we can level him up. We can choose another one. I feel like I would like to have the armor first. We always use buffs for our soldiers. And now we get our second one, which is going to be good. Honestly, I'd rather do Cloud of Daggers again, but actually, no, that actually works. That actually works. And I like the ability to be able to other people to kind of like help out. I got all my spell slots back, so that's good. And I'll do Summon Familiar. Oh, it's on short rest. Oh, that's fine.
Waiting. I crave blood.
She is so intense for no reason. All right, let's get her straightened out.
Ah, another. Thy name has been recorded. I shall be here for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Alright, change class. Fighter actually is one of the most versatile classes ever. You don't have to really know super a lot. Not really. You go ahead and you hit people. Basic concept. You don't have to change too much. It's strength and constitution. That's really it. Constitution. That's not too bad. Acrobatics makes sense. Survival? No. History and how to do perception. That kind of works. Action Surge, pretty good. Is our subclass now. Arcane Archer is really good. So, but Eldritch Knight is more suited to her since she gets so many likes that actually are beneficial. Booming Blade and Lightning Grasp are perfect for her. And she needs something that she can stay at concentration because she gets the armor set later in the game. And I think shield is also pretty good too, so she's going to be like up close. And I think she gets a Gift Yankee ability to do both of these later on without any kind of like spell slot. So, you know what? That's pretty good. Oh, there you go. Just like I said. And it's always prepared too, so no worries. Alright, now her armor class is 17. Interesting. Hold on. Why is hers 18? Shield plus 2, 16, then shield. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, wait, why is hers at 17? Go ahead. It's not useful.
All right, what now?
I don't think I not multi-class, but I don't think I need to change anything. Although I am short of spell slots. That's kind of worrying. But I think I'm almost close enough to level up. So no worries there. So let's delete all these saves real quick. Housekeeping. Alright, let's move. 30 minutes of just kind of going to camp. Apologize for that. It's kind of, I don't like leaving things like by themselves. I like to kind of like make sure to keep everything manageable. So we're kind of going to be kind of exploring outside of the Emerald Grove. And that's just the main quest. That's part of our quest. We're just supposed to be.
Aren't you worried your kind will punish you for
Gift,
My
damn.
name is Lazelg Chucky. And my kin will understand my need for servants. They will help you, but only if I ask.
Interesting point. There's a path up here you can take. I believe it leads to one of the Harper stashes we talked about in one of those notes we found in episode 1. If you're following along. It leads you to some interesting stuff too. Grabbing all these plants. I haven't showed hidden cache. But it's always best to kind of read notes and kind of see where like everything goes. Also, whenever you're climbing up a ladder or like doing other stuff, always make sure to hold your party to kind of get up there first. When you try to like run, sometimes. Okay, sometimes I didn't think we'd get him that early.
My, what manner of place is this? Redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning.
What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps. The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed cat. Then down came the claw. And that? Love. Was that? Them in Cormyr, don't they? Well met. I at your service.
Am I talking to the mouse or the cat? He just kind of popped up out of nowhere.
Neither. The fox, rather. Hiding. A silent observer, about to break the silence. Of course, to say merits some privacy, as well as some more, let's call it,
refinement, quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come. There, middle of somewhere.
You know, when I first saw this, I thought, oh, he's...
The House of Hope, where the tired come to rest, to feed lavishly. Go on, partake, enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
Makes you say that. These games... Are all these theatrics leading somewhere?
Attained? Well,
oh, you said it.
Far be it from me to disappoint. What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
Okay, so he's a devil. But like an actual, like, devil. I don't care what you are, I care what you want.
Oh, a mere trifle. How dear is one's soul, really? A rhetorical question, of course, but let me venture an answer. It's worth very little with a tadpole in your head. One skull, two tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all like that.
I'll do anything to get rid of this tadpole. Yeah, everyone seems to be in disagreement. Even Alistair. I keep asking why I think that. So I serve an oath, not a devil. My honor is not for sale. Doesn't give me any kind of probably pick one of these. You're mad if you think I'll make a deal with the devil, which is like the smartest thing you can possibly do.
What is madness but a denial of reality? Still, I have a feeling you'll change your mind. Changed for you. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's come knocking on my door. Such a tease.
Okay, I'll have the last laugh in the end. Definitely.
I've always wondered what a laughing mind flayer sounds like. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say, I'll be there when it runs out.
Oh, good. He's watching me now. Yeah, usually he doesn't show up that early. That's kind of wild. Okay, so that happened. Didn't think it happened that quickly, though. But yeah, that's Raphael. He's kind of gonna be like consistently following us throughout our journey, but like here things about all that is ooh, guidance.
The necklace matches the sigil in that cave. The Harpers were busy.
This gives me guidance. All right. I feel, well, since I know Gale is going to be a cleric in the future, I think we'll probably benefit from this.
Defender of the people.
Oh, let me send that to me. Forgot about that.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Potion of animal healing.
What's that?
At the back of the crevice lies a bag enfolded in the chitinous squabbling of spiders. A shiny gold coin pokes from its mouth.
Interesting. Surprisingly, you don't get bonuses. You can only do one or the other. Let's do it. Oh wow, starting off rough. Duration I'll roll at
The
D10.
creatures clutch the pouch possessively. To spiders.
Dart your hand in. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, not too bad.
The spiders scatter, and you stash the bag. Something coins.
What we got here? Spider sack. Alright, how I usually organize most of my stuff is using pouches. We don't like leaving stuff like food in my pack. It usually weighs me down. Every time I find like food, I usually send it back to camp. Alright, moving on. I have a lot of ground to cover today. I'm gonna see what I can do about getting Karlach. I'm really interested in doing, but that may not happen quite yet. I know exactly where she is. I'm just getting there might be a problem with my spell slots, but I think very well off.
Do you think your kin search for you, Lae'zel? They pursued the Nautiloid. Perhaps they were trying to free you.
A vain notion. I am one of many, and will not be a burden to my queen.
Goblin tracks. And far too many of them, too.
Yeah, that. I remember. Do you remember that cave we actually went to in the beginning? I think it was video 2 where we're in the Emerald Grove. This is where that leads to. Those big 3 statues were. Those, whatchamacallits? We didn't really have to go in there.
How would you punish someone who wronged you?
Wrong me how?
Oh, say, or theft?
Killing is good. It culls the weak. But theft would be paid for painfully, 1,000 times over.
Good to know.
Yikes. Don't steal from her then.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
Look at that.
What are we gonna do, Brian?
You're a true soul. You can't die. Stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
The mark glows, but you feel nothing in response. You are a lithid page until you rest.
Let's see, maybe I can... I do have +2 to medicine. Guidance, let's see what I can do.
He's hurt badly. An owlbear got him deep. Anything you can do.
I'm watching you.
The injured man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head.
Oh, he's infected. Hold a stare.
Your minds intertwine. You see his new recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. He's a true soul. Mind him. He...
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. You have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
Explain this Absolute to me, yeah.
What? Are you testing us? The Absolute is our goddess. She's going to rip down the new one. Then we'll be the ones with the power. Well, you will firstly, true soul. You don't need to explain that.
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice, and when the time comes, the true soul, you will rule.
That fellow had a tadpole in his chosen? What madness is this?
Okay, so basically, if you have a tadpole and you're able to like psionically like communicate, you are basically a true soul. Let's ask what they're doing out here firstly.
We know that all too well, sir, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives, survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
What about these fugitives?
We don't know what they look like, but anyone who survived that crash is bound to be injured. That's enough to get us started. The Absolute, at any cost.
All right, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna kind of play it off. You need to avenge your brother. I think telling them that we're a survivor is not a smart idea. I think they might attack me. Oh, listen.
I don't know any druids.
He's not looking there. He's not looking at her. I'm just gonna say, forget the owlbear and go.
What? And just leave Ed? I suppose he'd want us to go on. Find out where his sacrifice.
May the Absolute guide us.
That goblin, Sazza. Curious. Goblins and humans worshipping the same god. Found, if you ask me.
I wonder something. Just a morbid curiosity. Okay, so I was gonna say use like a scroll to resurrect him, but
Strange power resonates within the corpse. It calls to you. Your limbs move of their own accord. There's something of value here, something your mind craves. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it. Experience could nourish you, strengthen you.
let your body's influence. Strange things. If I want, do I want to do it though? Thinking about it. Honestly, in my opinion, I'm a paladin. Kind of believe in like social order. The illicit parasites could strengthen me morally and honorably. Didn't seem to be a smart idea, so I'm gonna resist it in this playthrough. In my dark urge, I might actually just say, yeah, why not? About 13, nice. Rolled a 1, that's wild.
Your muscles loosen. The tadpole breaks free of its deceased host. Your mind is your weapon now.
Like how my character looks like so bothered by all, like, so weird. The hell? Okay, so that happened. We're not gonna talk about it. We're gonna move on. We're gonna we're just gonna think happy thoughts and not for love. All right, so next thing we'll do is go that cave over there. But let me just look around real quick. And one of my very first playthroughs, worst thing I didn't do or take advantage of is just looking around. Looking around is such a underrated thing because like there's so much good loot you could actually grab and send back to camp, so on and so forth. And one of the reasons why I keep like sending stuff back in is just have a collection of gold later on. I'm telling you, some of the gear in this game is really good, but they cost like thousands of dollars of gold. Well, gold, not dollars, but just gold in general.
Its nest must be nearby.
Now, automatically to your right, you'll see a couple of interesting things.
Stench. Dead owlbear prey, no doubt.
A little box you can grab.
Looks like a shrine to Selûne over there.
It actually unlocks a very interesting part of the story. We'll take that.
A wizard sealed this chest. Wasn't an amateur either.
The war between Selûne and Ocean of Animal Speaking. Nice. The rest of it's junk. Yeah, the chest. See it glowing, right? Press down, you'll see something called Selûne Seal. Now, it's weak to bludgeoning damage, but here's the thing. If you axe this out, so you guys can know. Yeah, that's what'll happen. Every single time you try to open it. Now, something really funny happened in the video. Someone actually picked up the actual like chest. You could actually pick it up. Picking it up is not a problem. Opening it is a problem. But they put it in like the Goblin Square, and everyone kept actually like trying to like open it, and everybody ended up dying, which is like hilarious.
That's curious.
I was about to say. So if you jump over here, there'll be like a little prayer seat. It's a prayer dedicated to Selûne, imploring all to accept the moon blessings and share her bounty.
Just an old prayer.
Now, you may not think much of it, but if you go back to where it's actually like near the chest, and you read it again. Oh, hold on. Got way too many notes here. Here we go.
Chest unlocked. My prayers are answered.
It'll open the chest and remove the seal.
You should leave it, or even disable.
Yeah, don't be ridiculous. There could be something useful in there.
To Selûne. At best, it's worthless. At worst, who knows? Could be cursed. Do not trifle with that moon witch or her trinkets. Only trouble.
Alright, so if you care so much, intimidate or persuade. Or you can just kind of leave it alone. +2. Okay. Yeah, we can't abandon resources that we might need. She's gonna be upset about that, but Lae'zel kind of helps out. Also, fun fact: if you're character that doesn't agree with you, they won't actually be available to add their bonus. But you have to be careful about like what you do specifically, or which character you need to kind of add your buff to, essentially. Get your buff from, excuse me. Wow. That was a little rough.
Fine. Perhaps you can sell them for a couple of coins. It hurts.
Okay. Once again, her wound kind of acts up. Sell urine right. The youngster came of age, they would be left to defend themselves deep in the wilds. There they would show their science, as well as their determination to return to the Moon Maiden's silvery glow. Back to their people, their faith in standing as a follower of Saloon would be beyond any doubt.
Worthless.
Okay, she comments on everything. Idol of Saloon. And we have a Moondrop, which actually is pretty good for Gale, honestly. Pretty good for Gale, honestly. He actually has to
Let me work my magic.
disengage, so it's not too bad.
Can't give up.
It's not too bad.
Can't give up now.
Also, what I'm gonna do is I'm speaking to...
Bloody hells. Just when I think I've got a grasp on our dilemma, a devil. Just when I think I've got a grasp on our dilemma, a devil shows up. No matter shows up. No matter. We've dealt with every other oddity thrown at us lately. Well, this one too. Now, as for this Raphael, he knows our secret. He claims he can help. What do you make of him?
You sure share connection to read her thoughts. No. Honestly, I'm Paladin, so obviously I shouldn't trust him. And quite frankly, even if it was another, like, character, I'm not gonna lie, anyone who actually makes a deal with a actual entity like that is a dumbass. Because you always lose. There's no way you can win.
That's at all. He's full and very knowledgeable about our problem. Not the worst prospect we've stumbled across. As long as you can look past us.
I'm not gonna change my mind. We cannot trust him at all.
Good to hear. I know people who work much like our new acquaintance does. You don't need a scourge or a